Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. Now, this one, the topic is the fact that Kate Forbes has just blown Humza Yousaf, Nicola Sturgeon and a whole cabal of SNP liars right out the water, where she has publicly stated confirmation that a fable that they've been passing as truth is actually incorrect at today's UK COVID inquiry. Now, I'm making this video as I'm still watching the incoming evidence given by her and John Swinney, who will be on later. So this may not be my only video on the topic today. However, it is fascinating, one aspect of the questioning and the answers given by Kate Forbes. Now, what I'm first of all going to do, I'm going to show you the video. It's very small, seconds worth of video footage, where I believe she is the only SNP cabinet minister that's given evidence under oath that actually takes their oath seriously. So here, in a very short footage, is Kate Oath telling the truth to start with.
Good morning.
Good morning, my lady. The first witness today is Ms. Kate Forbes, MSP.
I swear by Almighty God
I swear by Almighty God
that the evidence I shall give
that the evidence I shall give
shall be the truth,
shall be the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
So I believe what we've just seen is a woman who actually considers her oath serious. So therefore, I believe what she is saying in her evidence. So in the next clip, we'll see her highlighting the untruths told by many others in the run-up and during this COVID inquiry.
And with officials such as Alison Stafford, who is the Director General within the Scottish Exchequer. Is that a broad summary, I think, of what you've provided?
Yeah, I think there's maybe a few more, but I think
Yes.
that's generally.
Thank you. Your position, as I understand it, is that you did not delete any of your WhatsApp messages. Is that right?
I did not delete any of the WhatsApp messages with cabinet secretaries, with special advisors, and with a private office until January 2022, after all of the major COVID decisions were taken, which was the point at which a member of my private office, I think you have the reference, the relevant message, which the message deletion policy was given to me, and that was the point at which, the first point at which I knew there was any policy governing messages.
But given that you were able to provide messages to us subsequently, those messages must still have existed in some form.
That's right. I did not retrospectively delete anything.
Yes. So you started deleting the messages that were sent after January 2022, but you didn't delete any of them that you held that had been sent before that period.
Precisely, yeah.
Obviously, that coincides roughly with the period in which we're interested, which goes up to April 2022. So the ones that you've provided are all from before January 2022.
Yes, and I should say that I only shared that in the spirit of being completely open, but I should also state that that only applied to that particular individual in private office and not generally to the rest of government.
I understand. So do I take it from what you've said that you became aware of a policy in around January 2022 which required the deletion of messages?
In January 2022, a junior member of my private office stated that it was now required government policy for messages with private office to be deleted going forward, to which I acquiesced because I believed it was an instruction, and that only applied to that particular individual, a junior member of private office. Yes. And I don't recall it applying to anybody else in and around the cabinet or government.
So as far as you're concerned, therefore, with regard to the messages we were more interested in, which is ones you were sharing with senior officials or with other cabinet secretaries or other ministers, your position has been that your understanding is that there's been no policy either mandating or suggesting the deletion of those messages at all up till to date.
Correct.
So there we have it. Quite simply, we deleted WhatsApp because it was government policy, is total bunkum. Now, the first person I believe that came out with this was Nicola Sturgeon. where she first of all said that she deleted all her WhatsApps. She said she only done it in line with Scottish Government policy and then miraculously found them. Humza Yousaf declared the exact same under oath when he was given his evidence last week in the COVID inquiry. But Humza took it a step further because he eventually gave them evidence, and what he suggested was total lies as well. Humza told the COVID inquiry that he deleted his WhatsApp messages in line with government policy. However, he did submit some WhatsApp messages which he miraculously retrieved off of an old phone. What he claimed under oath was he deleted them off his used phone, his one that he was currently using, in line with the government policy, and then when he decided to try and find them, he turned on an old phone, reinstalled the WhatsApp app, re-signed in, and miraculously all his deleted messages came back to life. That is not possible. So I think what we've got here, we have got a cabal of the cult who have decided to defend themselves by coming up with lies. Coming up with lies about a government policy that did not exist. Because I find it strange that only those in the inner sanctum, the gang, the Sturgeon, Humza, Friedman gang, and no doubt Swinney when we see him later on today, gang, don't hold Kate Forbes in their cabal. Kate Forbes is a woman who I believe would have been best served to be the leader of the SNP, and as a unionist, I'm frankly glad she'd failed, because she seems a decent person first and foremost, and not a bad politician secondly. But this cabal refused her. They refused her because I believe she cannot be bought. She seems like a good person who's took an oath in a Bible today, which is very important to her, and she's upholding her Christian beliefs by telling the truth. I don't think any of the ones aforementioned are capable of it, to be perfectly honest. And I believe what's happened here is they have conspired to all sing the same hymn sheet of government policy, a policy that Kate Forbes has just told us did not exist. Now, Kate Forbes' role during COVID was a minister in charge of finance. Now, if such government policy did actually, was a true thing, if it happened, you would imagine that the Minister for Finance would be made aware of this. So why was Kate Forbes not told? I'll tell you why she wasn't told, because it didn't exist. The cabal, the gang, are lying to the nation. And now, if that's not bad enough, right, I'm kind of used to being lied to by an SNP government as a citizen who lives in Scotland and is unfortunately under their government, right? I get that. I'm used to it. I'm so over it, it's unbelievable. I accept it. However, one of the key components of this COVID inquiry is to give some, and attempt to give some solace to those who lost family and friends during the COVID virus outbreak. It's to try and make them aware that the government that they entrust done as much as possible for them and their since deceased relatives. Yet this cabal use it to protect themselves and keep the truth from people who are grieving due to deaths caused possibly unnecessarily during COVID. That is the point of the inquiry. It is not to save face. It is not to try and protect embarrassing WhatsApp messages coming out, which we have since seen, because some people have given their WhatsApps in. And I find that absolutely disgusting. Absolutely vulgar. That these people should have to sit there and listen to days worth of lies at the COVID inquiry and weeks and months worth of lies leading up to it. This myth that there was a government policy in place that instructed ministers and such like to delete their WhatsApp messages is total lies. And another reason I can quite comfortably say that was shown up in evidence by the then Director General of the Civil Service. Ask yourself this. In his messages, it was quite clear he and Jason Leach were instructing people within their WhatsApp groups to delete them. Okay? Because they could be called on from FOIs. Remember that? Now, ask yourself this question. If such a policy existed, why would they need to instruct anyone to delete WhatsApp messages if it was indeed policy at all? It's disgusting. Now, what Kate Forbes has done, she's actually took the whole thing one step further than where I thought it was. Where my money was placed was they had brought out some policy at some point and simply backdated it. That's what I believe was going on here. Now Kate Forbes, under oath, is suggesting that no policy existed at all. And I hope the findings of this inquiry, when they eventually are decided, the outcome, that this aspect is part of their findings, that the Scottish Government lied to protect themselves. Now, one thing I'm just about to say might shock some of my frequent listeners, because I have obvious disdain for the SNP as a party and as a government. However, I applaud Kate Forbes today publicly for her stance, which in no doubt will jeopardise her future with the SNP, for quite simply stating under oath that no such policy exists. And in the Scotland I wish, which is where people can get on with governing the country with the powers they do have without spending every minute bleating about extra ones they wish through independence. A country where people who care for the country, who are intelligent enough to run the country, could indeed get on with the job with the book of rules given to them. And I actually believe Kate Forbes would fill that role. I'm not suggesting that I'll be voting SNP. I'm not suggesting I'll be able to vote for her because of the party she exists within. But she's the type of person that in a normal country, where a normal parliament gets on with its job, should be in a position of power, because she is trustworthy and she has a book of morals. She has guidelines, moral guidelines that she uses throughout her day-to-day life. And I just purely wish that across all parties, we could see people with Kate Forbes' morals. However, I'm so glad as a unionist that our party decided she wasn't good enough for them, because she's cost them independence today, with her words. Thank you very much, Kate Forbes. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more. There should be some recommendations in the corner, but the most important thing of all, have a great day. Bye now.